suddenly, spilling sunlight into the nave. Stephen ducked down behind the high altar, willing these intruders to go away. Instead, the footsteps came nearer. When he peeped around the altar cloth, he gasped in dismay. It would be bad enough to be caught by a priest, but this was far worse. He feared his mother's wrath more than the anger of priests and bishops, even more than God's, for he was in heaven, and Mamma was right here in Chartres. Adela stopped before she reached the high altar, but she was still so close that Stephen could almost have touched her skirts. The second set of footsteps was heavier and familiar. Some of Stephen's anxiety began to abate now that his father was here too. He still hoped to escape detection, though, for discipline was his mother's province.
"I cannot believe you hold my life so cheaply, Adela."
Stephen knew his parents had been quarrelling for days, but his father did not sound angry now. To Stephen he sounded tired and even sad.
"I am your wife, Stephen. Of course I value your life, but I value your honor too, more than you do, I fear." "That is not fair. When the crusade was first preached, I took the cross, more to please you than God, if truth be told. And now you would have me go back? Are you that eager to be a widow?"
"I am not sending you back to die, Stephen, but to redeem your honor. You owe your sons that, and you owe me that. You must fulfill your crusader's vow. If not, you'll live out all your days haunted by the shame of Antioch."
"Christ Jesus, woman, I've told you again and again why I left the siege. I was ailing and disheartened and sickened by all the needless killing."
"How can you say that? What greater glory could there be than to die for the liberation of Jerusalem?"
"Jerusalem has been liberated, Adela, more than a year ago."
"Yes, but you were not there to see it, were you? No, you were back at Chartres, taking your ease, whilst Christians were being slain by enemies of the true faith." There was silence after that, lasting so long that the little boy risked a covert glance over the top of the high altar. His parents were standing several feet away, looking at each other.
"You've shared my bed for nigh on 20 years, Adela. You know every scar my body bears, battle scars, all of them. You ought to have been the last one to doubt my courage. Instead, you were amongst the first. So be it then. I will do what you demand of me. I will take the cross again, go back to that accursed land, and make you proud,"
the Count said, so tonelessly that his son shivered. Stephen did not hear his mother's response, for he thrust his fist into his mouth, biting down on his thumb. His vision blurred as he sought to blink back tears. Footsteps were receding, a door clanging shut. Getting to his feet, Stephen left the shelter of the high altar, only to find himself face to face with his father. The Count of Blois was clearly taken aback. He caught his breath on an oath, was starting to frown when Stephen whispered, "Do not go away, Papa."
"Ah, lad."
And then Stephen was swept up in his father's arms, being held in a close embrace as he dried his tears on the Count's soft wool mantle. "Why do you have to go, Papa?" He'd once asked his father what the Holy Land was like, and still remembered the terse reply.
"A hellish place."
"You do not want to go back," he said. "So stay here. Please do not go away."
"I have no choice."
His father rarely called Stephen by his given name, preferring lad or sprout or playful imp. He did now, though, saying Stephen quietly, sounding sad again.
"I'd hoped to wait until you were older. When I was in the Holy Land, I made a mistake. It did not seem so at the time. It was, though, the greatest mistake of my life. We'd been besieging Antioch for nigh on 8 months. I'd been taken ill with fever, had withdrawn to nearby Alexandretta. The day after I left, our forces captured the city. But then a large Saracen army arrived and trapped them within Antioch. They seemed doomed for Syrtis, and I chose to go home, back to Blois.